So why don't you share with them a little bit, just briefly, and then we'll focus on what's happened about what your dating life was like when you first joined the program, what you were noticing before.
Before, sure. Just I guess, but before I joined the Meet to Marry program, I wasn't like really dating a ton, and like when I was, like, I just wasn't really meeting anybody that I felt like was a good fit for me, like just long term. And I think a lot of times, like, you can meet people who are great, but then you start to notice they're not right for you. You know, they're nice people, like they're successful, whatever the case is, but they're just not right for you. So I think I got a lot of that, or like I wasn't really attracted to them, that kind of thing. And I also tried matchmaking for a couple months, and that didn't work. They didn't really like understand who I was looking for, the type of man I was looking for. So they really didn't, they matched me with one person, and that was basically it. So I didn't really have a lot of success, and I just was online kind of trying to see if I could find a program or something where I could get some kind of support in this area. And I just happened to have come across Barry's program online. And then
That's
I did a one-on-one call with you, and then I signed up. So yeah.
beautiful. And at that time, after the matchmaker that didn't work and meeting nice guys, but those who weren't the one, like what had you ultimately feel like this is it? I need help. Like what were you worried about? Do you remember?
I was worried that like I was getting a bit older, like I wanted to have kids, I wanted to have children, and and I know that just it's just human nature. There's a window to do that.
Right.
And so I felt like, okay, I need to like do something so that I don't miss that opportunity essentially. For those of you who don't know, I was married before, and unfortunately that didn't work out. And so I think just wanting to have children and just really wanting to share my life with somebody, I don't think we're really meant to be on our own. I really felt like I needed to find something that would really help me make progress in that area. Because I think it's easy to like be successful with work and other things, but I just found like just relationships very challenging, at least for me. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Well, you're in good company. We're all, everyone here has had relationship challenges. And what are a
Yeah.
couple of the bigger breakthroughs that you noticed about yourself and why that was happening? And we all know we don't have to go into like childhood trauma. We all
Yeah.
know that is ultimately it. But what were
Yeah.
some of your like big ahas that made a big difference for you?
Like during the program or like before I joined?
Yeah, yeah, but in the program, like that kind of opened you up or that you discovered or things that made the
Um,
difference.
the mantras for sure. I still have the cards and I refer to them sometimes. Just the idea of like choosing to believe, right? So the idea that you can in fact choose to believe that this is going to happen for you, but you just need to follow the program and the steps and be diligent about that. So I think for me, those were like the two big things. The mirror work was really good as well. And just trying to, being in the mirror, I couldn't always do it, but when I did, I felt like it was a contributor to the success of being through the program. Yeah, and I would like have some of the mantras written on a little dry erase board I have on my refrigerator. So I would try to like read those when I went to the fridge. Yeah, so just trying to like be proactive and like continue with those things. And I think these are things we can keep for a lifetime, even after the program.
Definitely. And
Yeah.
how did you feel? The last kind of inner question is, did you notice in terms of before you started dating, like feeling confident versus before? Like, what did you notice about your confidence level and about your wholeness, like your connection to yourself?
I would say it was much better. Definitely, I definitely gained much more confidence. That was a big issue that I had before the program. Just always not feeling like you're good enough, not feeling pretty enough. That was always like my thing. But I think going through the program, you just learn that there's somebody for everybody. Like you're not broken, like you're okay. You're gonna meet your person. And so I think I really kind of tried to hold on to that while I was dating and meeting different people. So yeah, the confidence for sure, because that's something I've lifelong has always been a struggle for me.
Right.
Yeah.
You're again in really good company. So tell us about when you started to become an empowered dater and what you were noticing about the process and how you enjoyed the process.
Yeah. So when I started dating, I mean, it was a different way to date. So I definitely had to get used to that. Just ending dates with clarity and making sure that I wasn't, leaving and like, had the date thinking, oh yeah, she's gonna call me back or something. Like, I think I really tried to follow the steps. But I think I found that part hard. But I did stick with it. I wouldn't say I had like a ton of dates, but I definitely had a lot of like quality dates. I definitely met a lot of men that were successful. They were kind people, but there just was something missing, or, I just didn't feel like they were the right one long term for me, even though they were great people. So yeah, so just dating as an empowered dater is definitely different. Before you just kind of, at least for me, I was just kind of going out with, whoever messages you, and just you're kind of just whatever. I don't know, not at their mercy necessarily, but you're just kind of going along. But I love the fact that we sent messages out to men, so we could kind of really control the influx of messages that we were receiving. So I really, really like that. And I think along with that model, one of the sites that I was on was Bumble. I was on Bumble, Match, and Coffee Meets Bagel. But I ended up getting off of Coffee Meets Bagel, that I just wasn't getting much traction. So for the most part, it was Coffee Match and Bumble. And I think with your model, because women are only allowed to message men on Bumble, it really kind of helped with like that overflow of messages and all that stuff coming into your inbox and just kind of overwhelming you. So it was really nice. I used the tracker. I kept track of who I was going out with. I would go back to it. If we made any progress, I would note it. If we didn't, I would just cross them out or remove them. So that was really, really helpful, rather than like just dating and trying to remember, well, who was he again? And like, what did he say again? But it was really helpful to like have that tracker. So I would really, recommend that, all the new people that are joining the program use that, because I found that to be really helpful. Yeah.
That's great. And it wasn't, I remember you were coming to calls, you were coming to dating camp calls.
I
Okay.
did.
How do I do that? Let's role play that. Okay. We did your profile, right? And then all the questions, and then you got all your questions answered.
Yeah.
And it wasn't that long. So now we're going to get to the juicy stuff. So it really wasn't that long until you met someone special, right?
Yeah, it wasn't, because I think I started around June. And then I think I talked a little bit about how like work was kind of getting hectic, and we were trying to hire somebody so I could share the portfolio with them of the grants that I managed. So we were able to hire somebody finally. So I think probably like end of June to early July was when things really kind of kicked into high gear, and I was going out with a bit more people, and I was really like on the apps a lot, having lots of calls. So it wasn't too long. I went away to St. Lucia for my birthday, about mid-August. And right after I came back, I had some conversations with people on Match, but nothing really materialized. And some of the people, they would reach out to me and I might be attracted and read their profile. And then a lot of them, I reached out. but nothing really materialized until one gentleman sent me a message. um, his name is Jeremy, and he sent me a message, and I was like, oh, he's kind of cute, but but I liked his message because his profile description, because he was very honest about what he was looking for. He wasn't, I could sense that he wasn't like looking to like play or like just wanted something casual. He really wanted like a family, to be married. And so I was like, let's see what he's about. Something I guess part of the program I learned was to be much more open. Before Barry's program, I was very much like, okay, I'm not going to date anybody who's in the military. Because I had a bad experience I think in my early 20s, and a friend of mine set me up with someone in the military, and it did not go well. He was really a jerk. Like, he just wasn't nice at all. And I think I kind of use that as I don't know, as a point of reference, I guess. So I found out he was in the military, and I said, be open, Lilian, don't cut him off straight away. So, I really tried to, keep with that and be open. And yeah, we had our first call. I think I was in New York for a week that worked. So we had a phone call. I was sitting at the Oculus. If for those of you who are in New York, you know where that is. So I was just kind of sitting there after work, because my office is right next to the World Trade Center. So we were just sitting there, and yeah, we talked for an hour. I got to know him. He's a reservist. He just retired from the Navy, I think last year, about a year and a half ago. And so he's now a federal contractor. He works with the government, and he's trying to get into IT and do that. So, so I really wanted to talk to him, and I asked questions. I didn't want to cut him off. I made sure I asked questions, and really got to know him. So I liked his energy. He seemed really nice. And we had our first date. I think it was the 29th of August, as soon as I came back from New York. And so we had ice cream. And first date, he was open to talk about he wanted 2 children. I wanted 2 children. He wants to be married. He just bought a home. He's things are really flowing. It's really crazy. Because I saw the flow in your in the slides that you were just showing before. But yeah, when it works, you will see it. It will flow. He's just, I don't know, everything's just been really amazing with him. He's asked me when's my lease up where I live, and he's seriously wanting to get engaged and get married soon. So he's not looking to play. Yeah, but he's a good one. He has a good heart. He tells me how he feels about me all the time. He's really sweet. Yeah, so I like him a lot. I'm really falling for him.
That is so wonderful. And so he met your parents, right?
He did. So I'm from Ghana. My parents came to visit. They were here for about 3.5 weeks visiting, and then now they're in Atlanta visiting my sister. So I didn't say anything to him. He was like, since your parents are visiting, I'd really like to meet them. And I was like, okay. So so he met them. We had lunch at this Vietnamese restaurant. It was really nice. My parents really liked him. There's some similarities between he and my dad, weird.
But good ones, right?
Good ones. Yes, good ones. They're both they make jokes. They're really friendly. They're both left-handed. It's just really kind of weird. But it was fun. We had a nice time, and we quickly Skyped with my sister, so she also got to say hello to him. And then I think the following week, before my parents left for Atlanta, they also met his mom. So we all had dinner in McLean, Virginia, by Tyson's Corner. So they all met as well. His mom's really nice. She lives in the area. So we had dinner, got to know each other. She's really interested in our culture. She's like, oh, can you have a dress made for me? And so my mom's going to have something sewn for her when she comes next time. But it went really well. It was really nice. Yeah.
Oh, that is so sweet. And so how do you feel? Because we talk a lot, everyone, about emotional needs and how you feel when you're with your person. When you wrote up your new empowering statement, there's certain ways because of your own trauma that you want to feel. Right. So how do you notice that you're feeling with him?
He makes me feel amazing. I don't know. He has this really like positive, contagious energy. He's always, I don't know, he's always upbeat. Like he's very positive. Like I just feel really good when I'm with him. And I don't like question anything because he's always very vocal and tells me like how he feels about me, like what he wants for us. So yeah, like I don't feel like I have any questions or anything, but I feel really good with him. No
Oh,
questions, no doubt, nothing like that. Yeah.
I love it. And when you look forward to, I don't know, day-to-day life and spirituality and children, it sounds like you've talked through all of those things.
We've talked about all of that, where he actually goes to my church, which is weird. I've never seen him, but
What?
I mean, the church I go to is like 30,000 people, I think, or somewhere, or 20,000 people. It's a lot of people. It's a big church. So, but I've never seen him at all. But he actually went to my church. Of course, with COVID, they haven't opened yet.
Right.
But yeah, he actually goes to the same church as me. So that was kind of weird. But yeah, we're really like in alignment on that in terms of like family. Like he's very like organized. Like I went to visit him at his house, and very organized, very like clean. Like so we're like really similar like in a lot of ways. And so I feel like long term if we were together, like because I think sometimes little stuff like that can, you know, be a challenge sometimes, but we're very similar in those ways. So I think we're a good fit. I see us as a good fit. Yeah.
Oh, that's so nice. And it sounds like
Uh-huh.
he has a nice home. He bought a home, huh?
He did. He did.
And can you see yourself there?
I can. Yeah. It's a little bit further from the city because I live just outside of DC. But
Okay.
I mean, I think if I'm with him, I'm okay. It's fine. Yeah.
Right.
And it's a
Oh,
nice area. It's developed. It's just in the suburbs. That's all.
oh, I see.
Yeah, it's
I
just in the
see.
suburbs. I guess
Um,
I'm a city girl, so yeah.
right. 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 So
Yeah.
what are you, Lillian, what are you most excited about?
I'm most excited about keep getting to know him. I think that's important. Obviously, it's only been about like 2 months. I guess a little bit less than that, based on like I guess when he asked me to be his girlfriend. So he's really sweet. Like we went to lunch and he like asked me. He was like, you know, will you be my girlfriend? I was like, oh, that's super sweet. I'm glad people still do that.
Of course.
Yeah, but yeah, so I've known him for about 2 months now. So I'm really looking forward to like getting to know him. You know, just maybe discussing. I think finances is really the only thing we haven't talked about. So really talking about that, and you know, just kind of seeing what happens next year. I know he
He's going to
wants to like
surprise you.
probably, but I mean, he's asked me to like, you know, send him like the kind of ring I want and stuff like that. He's gonna do his own thing, but he's asked me to like, you know, send me like the places you want it from and like what it's gonna look like. So I guess he'll do his own thing. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. But yeah, just getting to know him a bit more, maybe discuss some things we haven't, and then, you know, and then we'll see you next year. Yeah.
Oh, that is so, it's so exciting. This is very
Yeah, I'm
prototypical,
excited.
right, of how it
Yeah.
goes, because your heart opens up and you got super clear and then divine providence. And so it was only a short time that you had a pipeline. And then once he asked you to be his girlfriend, then you were committed to each other, investing
Right.
in each other, right?
Right. Absolutely. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And he even sent me his like little screenshot of when he canceled his Match account. Like he sent me the screenshot that he had canceled. And I was like, oh, that's super cute. So I sent him mine as well. Cause I had paid for a 6-month subscription with Match. Because they had some kind of promotion at the time. So I think mine is gonna end like early December, but he was on a month-to-month plan. So yeah, he sent me his little screenshot and I was like, okay, that's cute. So I sent him mine as well.
Oh,
Yeah,
that is so sweet. He sounds like a real sweetheart. He really
he
does.
is. Yeah, he's a good one.
Oh,
Yeah,
well, you deserve a
yeah.
good one. You got to
Thank
send a
you.
picture. I
I
want
will.
to,
I have
okay.
some photos. Yeah, we I think I told you last time on the graduate call that the fourth day we went out on, I did like a little picnic for us, and like he
Oh,
still talks about that. He's like, I love the presentation and like all that stuff you did. And like I tried to do one before like it got too cold, but it's been a bit chilly here, so I haven't been able to do it. But like I don't know, like he's just like any little thing, like he always says thank you. He's very, very like grateful, big or small. But yeah, so we have some photos from that and a few other pictures we've taken, so I'll have to remember to send you one. I'll make a note to send you
definitely. Yeah, and I want to share it with everyone too.
a
And
photo.
it
Okay.
sounds like you got a good sense of his background and why he's so appreciative of you and the heart that you have. Yeah?
I would say so. Yeah,
Yeah.
and I think he has like the same kind of heart. Like he's, I don't know, the other night like he we were just kind of chatting, and like, he got a little emotional, and he was like, he didn't think he'd meet somebody like me. And like that just really touched me, because I feel the same way. Like I knew I'd meet somebody, I was working the program, your plan, but he's just above and beyond what I could have asked for. So
Oh, that
yeah.
is so beautiful. That is so
Yeah.
amazing. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I love it. I love that so much. Okay, so
Thank
what
you.
I thank you so much for sharing with us,
Of
Lilian.
course.
It's
Thank you.
heartwarming.